Hi friends, welcome to Computer Science Learners. In this video, we are going to learn storage classes in C programming. What is storage class? So storage class determines the storage, visibility, scope and lifetime of a data type variable. So storage class always specifies where the data type variable is stored, what is the visibility and what is the scope and what is the lifetime of that variable. So here we have four storage classes available in C programming. Those are auto or automatic, extern or external, static storage class and register storage class. So all these storage classes determines where that variable is stored. So what is the visibility of the particular variable, what is the scope of the variable and how long the variable is in life. These are determined by the storage classes. And how can we tell the compiler we are going to use a particular storage class? Here the syntax is storage class data type variable name. So to declare any data type, generally we are writing the data type int x or float y like that. So before the data type you have to specify the storage class, either auto, extern or static or register. But this is not mandatory. Based on our requirement we can use the storage class. Okay. So next we will understand the storage classes one by one. So first we go with auto storage class, auto or automatic storage class. So this storage class generally used in every programming. That means writing auto keyword before the data type is not mandatory. So in every C program you can use the primitive data types int x, float y, char c, all are belongs to the automatic storage class. So writing auto keyword is not mandatory. You can write auto int x or you can write int x, even though that x is treated as automatic storage class. In automatic storage class, the variable stores in stack area. So in primary memory there are different memory segments are divided. Code segment, stack segment, data segments, heap segments like that. So based on the storage class, the particular variable is stored in that particular memory segment. Auto storage class stores the value in stack segment in the primary memory. And its default value is garbage value. If you write int x and try to print the x value, you will get the garbage value. And its scope is within block, wherever the variable was declared. So from starting brace to the ending brace, that is called block. In that block only we can access that variable. And lifetime of this auto storage class is end of the block. You declared at the starting of the block and up to the end of the block it is life. After that it was dead. That is life. Now we will understand auto storage class by taking one demonstration program. So here we have a program main consists of auto int x equal to 25. I am declaring an x variable of integer type of automatic storage class and assign a value 25. And I am taking one block. This is one block from here to here. Within the block I am taking int x equal to 50. So this is only one program. Within a program I am declared the variable of same name two times. One is outside the block and another one is inside the block. Even though it is int x equal to 5, here also x is treated as automatic variable. This belongs to the auto storage class. If you try to print this x value inside the block, you will get 50 as output. If you try to print x value outside the block, you will get 25, because outside the block this x is no more available. Its lifetime is only within the block. Scope and lifetime is only within the block. but here x, this x belongs to this block after these braces and before these braces. This is the lifetime. So here you will get 25 as output. Okay, so this x is available from here to here. This x is available within this block only. If you try to execute this program, you will get inside block value is 50 inside the block variable, outside block value is 25. This is how we can use automatic storage class. Even though you cannot write auto storage class, that will be treated as automatic by the compiler. That means writing auto keyword is not mandatory, it is optional. That is about the auto storage class. So next we will understand external storage class. We also call it as external storage class. In external storage class, the value of the variable stored in data segment. So in automatic storage class, it's stored in stack segment, but in external storage class, the value is stored in data segment, and its default value is 0. Even you cannot install any assigned any value to the variable. If you try to print that value, you will get 0 as output. And the scope of this external variable is global to multiple files. That means you declare the external variable in one file and you can use that variable in another file also. That is the advantage of external storage class. That is global multiple files. On multiple files you can use that particular variable which was declared as external. And its lifetime is end of the program. So entire program you can access this variable. Now we can understand this external by taking one example program. So here I am taking two files. So the first file, it is a header file, file1.h. On the file1.h I am taking extern int global. I am taking a variable global of integer type and specified as external storage class. And I am taking one more file, file2.c. Within this file I want to use this global data type variable. So I want to access this variable, so I can include the header file hash include file1.h, and within this file I am writing some code content. On that code content I am trying to access int global equal to 10. So here you should understand carefully. Int global specified in file1.h and int global specified in file2.c both are same, but in normal cases both are not same without extern. Means, so here I am taking global. When file1.h compiled, so global memory location was reserved and it's having some memory location, let us say 1024. And if you try to execute file2.c, int global, this global is same as this global. So there is no separate memory location reserved for this global, because we are trying to access this file. We are including this file, and within that file we declare the global variable as external variable. So if you try to write int global here, this global refers 1024 only. If you try to assign value 10 to this global, so 10 is stored on 1024 location only. So this is about external storage class or external variable. You can declare external variable in one file and you can use that variable in another file. That is the advantage of the external variable. Next, static storage class. So static storage class stores the data content in data segment. The storage area is data segment, and the default value is 0. Even though you cannot initialize any value, if you try to print that value, you will get 0. That is the default value. And scope of the variable is within the block, and life or lifetime of the variable up to the end of the program. Okay. So this is the demonstration for the static storage class. Here I am taking a main program Main program consists of the user defined method calling to the user defined method increment 2 times. And I am writing the increment code here is a void increment. I am declaring an integer variable x as a static int x, and assign the value 1, and some increment statement here x equal to x plus 10. I am trying to print the x value. So in normal cases, let us say this is not a static variable. If you try to call this increment method twice, first time call x value is assigned as 1 and x will be incremented by 10, so that you will get 11 as answer. If you try to execute call second time, again x is initialized with 1. If it is not static variable, again x is initialized with 1, again you will get 11 as the answer. But if you declare this variable as static variable, only one time declaration and initialization happens. That variable scope or lifetime till end of that program. That means if you increment x is first time initialized with 1, 10 plus 1 you will get 11. 11 is stored in x. If you try to call this same method again, now what is the x value? X is not again initialized. Whatever the x value, 11. So 11 is incremented by 10, you will get 21. So that is the concept of static. So you will get the output as 11 and 21. That means if you declared any variable as static variable, that value is initialized once. After you increment or doing any modification, that will be affected. If you try to call the same initialization statement one more time, the value is not initialized. The value, whatever the value present in that variable, that will take for the manipulations. So that you will get 11 and 21 as the output. So the static variable life is from starting to ending of the complete program, not up to end of the block. That is why we will get 11 and 21 as output. Okay. So the next storage class is register. So in case of register, the storage area is CPU registers. We know that every CPU contains registers. So if you try to write register int x, that x is stored in CPU registers, not in data segment or not in stack segment. Directly it stores in CPU register, so that accessing is fast from the CPU. And the default value is garbage value, and the scope of the register variable is within block, and its lifetime is end of block. So it having the properties same as automatic variable except the storage. Automatic variable stores in stack area, but register variable stores in CPU registers. That is only the difference. You can write this variable in any part of your program or in any block or any function. Okay. So if you try to write a register variable, the syntax is have to write the register keyword, data type and variable name, or you can assign the value at the time of declaration also. So there is no need to demonstrate the program. This is same as automatic variable. But you have to remember one thing. CPU consists of registers, very limited registers, 32 registers or 64 registers or 16 registers. If you try to store the data into that registers, CPU is always busy with the registers. In 99.9% cases, even if you write register int x, x is not stored in CPU registers. Most of the time, x is stored in stack data, and that means compiler treat x as automatic only in most of the cases, 99.9%, because we are having very limited CPU registers. Even though you try to write the storage class as register, if the space is not available in the register, that will be treated as automatic variable. So that is about the register storage class. So these are the 4 storage classes in C programming. So these are very important in placement point of view and in interview point of view. Okay, so with this I am ending this session. Thank you.